A wise monk once gave a troubled man a task that sounded surprisingly simple. It required no money, no strength, and no special skill. Yet, by sunrise, that single task had changed the way he looked at every problem in his life. This is that story. In a quiet village on the edge of a vast desert lived a man named Elias. From the outside, his life seemed ordinary. He had a home, a family, and enough to get by. But inside his mind, there was never a moment of real peace. Each morning brought a new worry. If work was going well, he worried about his health. If his health felt fine, he worried about his family. And when everything seemed calm, his mind found something else to fear. It felt as though peace was always waiting somewhere in the future, just beyond one more problem. One afternoon, news spread through the village that a wise monk had arrived during his travels. People said he rarely gave direct advice. Instead, he helped people discover the answers on their own. Hoping to finally find some peace, Elias went to meet him. After waiting patiently among the crowd, his turn finally came. He bowed respectfully and said, "Master, I'm tired. It feels like my life is nothing but one problem after another. I keep telling myself that one day, when everything is finally under control, I'll be able to enjoy my life. But that day never comes." The monk listened without interrupting. When Elias finished speaking, the old man simply smiled. "My friend, I'll answer your question tomorrow morning, but before that, I'd like you to do something for me tonight." "Anything," Elias replied without hesitation. The monk pointed toward an open field beside the camp. A wealthy merchant had donated 100 camels for the monastery's journey across the desert. He needs someone to watch over them until sunrise. Elias smiled. "If that's all, I'd be happy to help." The monk nodded. "There is only one condition. You may go to sleep only after every camel is sitting down." Elias looked across the field. Most of the camels were already resting quietly beneath the evening sky. Only a handful remained standing. He couldn't help but smile. "That sounds easier than I expected." As darkness slowly covered the desert, Elias began walking among the camels. Whenever he found one standing, he gently guided it to the ground. Little by little, they settled down. For a brief moment, he believed the task was almost finished. But just as he turned around, one of the camels behind him quietly stood back up. He walked over and settled it again. This time, before he could even take a few steps away, 2 more camels rose from the opposite side of the field. Elias frowned. He laughed to himself. "No problem. I'll have them all resting soon." But the night had only just begun.
The desert grew quieter with every passing hour. The stars filled the sky. A cool breeze drifted across the sand. Most of the village had already fallen asleep, but Elias was still walking from one camel to another. Whenever he managed to settle one, another would quietly stand. Sometimes it was only one, sometimes 2. Occasionally, 3 camels would rise at the same time. He tried everything. He spoke gently. He guided them patiently. He even waited in silence, hoping they would settle on their own. Some did. Others refused. The harder he tried to control every camel, the more impossible the task seemed. Hours passed. His feet grew tired. His shoulders became heavy. His eyes struggled to stay open. Yet he remembered the monk's words, "You may sleep only after every camel is sitting down." So he kept going, again and again and again. Each time he believed he was finally finished, another camel would quietly rise from somewhere in the field. By the middle of the night, frustration began replacing hope. Elias stood beneath the moonlight and whispered to himself, "Why won't they all just stay down?" No answer came, only the gentle sound of the desert wind. As dawn slowly approached, he finally stopped chasing the camels. He looked across the field. Most of them were resting peacefully. Only a few remained standing. For the first time that night, he realized something. He had spent every hour focusing on the few camels that refused to sit, and never once appreciated the many that already had. Just then, the first light of sunrise touched the horizon. The monk stepped quietly out of his tent. He walked toward Elias with the same calm smile. "My friend," he asked, "did you get any sleep?" Elias let out a tired laugh. "Not even for a moment. I truly believed I could make all 100 camels sit together, but every time one settled, another stood up." The monk nodded gently. "I thought that might happen." Elias looked surprised. "You knew?" The old monk smiled. "Tell me something. Were there camels that sat down without your help?" "Yes." "Were there others that rested because of your effort?" "Yes." "And were there a few that refused to cooperate no matter what you tried?" Elias smiled weakly. "Yes, exactly." The monk looked toward the peaceful desert. "Life isn't very different. Some problems disappear on their own. Some require patience, effort, and courage. And some," he paused, "are simply not ready to be solved today." Elias remained silent. The monk continued. "Last night, you believed you had to make every camel sit before you could rest. But life doesn't work that way. If you wait for every problem to disappear before allowing yourself to feel peace, you may spend your entire life waiting." Those words settled gently in Elias's heart. For the first time, he understood that he hadn't been exhausted by his problems alone. He had been exhausted by the impossible expectation that life should be free of them. The monk placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Do what you can, accept what you cannot change today, and trust time with what only time can heal." The morning sun slowly climbed above the desert. Its warm light stretched across the quiet field. Many camels were still resting. A few remained standing. And somehow, that no longer bothered Elias. He smiled, not because every problem had disappeared, but because he no longer needed them to. From that day forward, whenever a new challenge appeared, Elias remembered the desert, the long night, and the standing camels. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" he learned to ask, "What can I do today, and what must I patiently leave to tomorrow?" That simple change brought him something he had been searching for all along. Not a perfect life, but a peaceful heart. Perhaps we all have a field of standing camels in our own lives. Some worries will fade with time, some will yield to our effort, and a few may remain standing for a while, no matter how hard we try. The secret isn't to wait for every camel to sit. The secret is to keep living, even while a few are still standing. Remember this: peace doesn't begin when life becomes perfect. It begins when you stop demanding perfection from life. Do your best with what you can change, be patient with what you can't, and never let today's worries steal tomorrow's joy. Because the strongest hearts aren't the ones without problems. They're the ones that learn to walk forward with peace, even when a few camels are still standing.